Hello everyone. One more day and one more lesson. We talked a lot last time about, and I told you last time this is the last time to talk about forms, and we covered so many things in form, all the input fields inside a form, the validation, the text area. So everything related somehow directly or indirectly to the form. Today we're going to start something new, a new lesson, and today we are going to talk about mainly iframe. So today we're going to talk about iframe. In another word, we're going to talk about, actually, to be honest with you, iframe and the element object and the element embed as well, because the iframe and the object element and the embed element, they are very similar somehow with little difference. And in an iframe, we'll see how we can embed or include or insert things that we did before, like image and audio file and video file, PDF, URL, so many things. The same thing applies to object and embed. Iframe is a double tag element. Object as well is double tag element. Embed is a single tag element. And we'll see the difference, and we'll do some little comparison between the three and when to use these things and when not to use it. So we're going to talk about so many new things to you today after we're done with the form. Okay, so back to our, okay, let me open the file here. I'm going to open the file that I open every time, which is our index.html. So our index.html, it's right there, and it's blank. You can see here it's a blank between the two body tag. We'll start with the iframe. So let's start with the iframe. Okay, the iframe, as I told you, it's a double tag element. It has open and close, and we have the src attribute and so many other attributes like the frame border, the scrolling. We'll talk about them, but let's start with the source or this src, to be more specific, the src attribute, to see what that src. In that src, you are going to insert any URL you want, anything. Like, let's say I'm gonna start with what? With the Wikipedia. Okay, so let's say I'm gonna go over here and go to the Wikipedia, actually, to get the okay, to get the URL, the Wikipedia. Here's the Wikipedia site. I'm gonna just copy the URL and I'm gonna take it here to the src. Let me close that now, and we don't need it anymore. I'm gonna go to the src over here, and then I will paste it. You see here now we have a URL, https www.wikipedia. Now let me save and reload the page so you guys can see what I'm talking about, what the iframe is gonna do for us. Okay, I will resave. See here, the whole website is included in your site. See, with the scrolling bar, all the and guess what? You can even, if you change this 0, see here the frame border attribute. If I change it to 1, it's either 0 or 1. If it's 0, if you change it to 1, we're gonna have like a frame around the. See here, we have like a line frame around the whole thing, with the scrolling bar, with everything. So you can include the whole website within your own website. I can do the same thing, exact thing, with what? With object, with the object. So let's try this with the object now. This is object, and rather than src, we have an attribute called data. But guess what? I'm gonna put the same exact URL I put with the src with iframe in over here. So I'm gonna put the same exact Wikipedia, and forget about the type now attribute. So let's see, just like that, and then I will reload the page and see what's gonna happen. So we have two things. So the object, what the object did here, exact same thing as the iframe. The only difference is just I'm using the data attribute rather than src. The object doesn't have src. We can do also the same exact thing with the single tag element the embed, the single tag element embed, and again it's src. So I'm gonna put the same URL here, and let me just delete this thing here, the type, and I will save. Then I will reload the page. Guess what's gonna happen? We're gonna include it for the third time. The only reason is you don't see it on the same line because it's not big enough. So if I make that browser bigger, see, when it's big enough so it can hold the three, because the iframe element and the object element and the embed element, they are all inline elements. It's not a block element. If you want them in a separate line, you can do one of two things. We learned it before. Now you guys are professional. I know you can put it in a container like a div, or you can put BR to have it in a separate line break, or you can put a HR for horizontal line. You can do that. But anyway, so this is what we did with the iframe, the same thing we did with object, and the same thing we did with embed. Now the question is, or there is some problem here, that some website won't allow you to do that. Example, let's say you want to put here, let's say I want to put Facebook. Let's say I'm gonna put here facebook.com. Okay, the Facebook site.com, and then I will save and reload. You notice here, see that error? It says www.facebook.com refused to connect. Some websites will not allow you to do this, to include or to insert them in your site without permission. So one of them is Facebook, like also Instagram. I think Instagram won't allow you. Let me try here Instagram with the object maybe. So I'm gonna put here Instagram, and let's see. Okay, yeah, Instagram.com. Okay, then I will reload and see what's gonna happen here. Yeah, see, also it's not allowing you to do that. So actually, but there is so many other. Let's say you want to include the dictionary, the Merriam-Webster dictionary. So well, I think that will allow you, but let's try. So I'm gonna put it over here. Okay, right here. Okay, over here, let me delete that Instagram, and instead of Instagram, let me put yeah, the Merriam, I think Merriam.Webster, or yeah, dash Webster.com. Let's me, did I spell it right? I think. Anyway, let me reload. Yeah, see, you can include it here. So as again, not all the website will allow you to do that. Some website will allow you, and some website will not allow you. Okay, so let me just comment these. So so now we know that the object and the embed will do the same thing as the iframe. So let me comment out those two guys here. This two. Oops, I'll leave the iframe. So I will explain. I will add some more attribute to the iframe and see what's going to happen here. Okay, for this I will comment it out, and for this I will comment it out. Okay, so reloads, I will save and reload here. So we have only the iframe. You can, if you don't like this, see, if you don't like the scroll, you can add the attribute here, scrolling. The scrolling is CRO. I think, yeah, scrolling, and it's equal. I can put no here. It's either no or yes. The default is yes. So when I resave, see now the scrolling bar is no longer there. The scrolling bar is no longer there. So, but again, if you don't have the scrolling bar, so you're not going to be able to navigate in a website. But if you have an image or audio or video, you can do that. But in our case, it's better to leave it with no scrolling, or scrolling equal yes. So this way, we will have the scrolling back, so we can navigate. Another attribute you can control. You can put like the size, you can control the size. But anyway, let's insert something else. So now we are inserting or embedding another site in our site. But you can put an image, you can put an audio file, you can put a video, you can put you can insert what, audio, video, PDF files, anything you want. So let's start some pictures or some photos here. So let's I will include an image here instead. So let's say I'm gonna add here in the second one here, let me just yeah, let me over here remove that Wikipedia URL, and I'll put an image instead. And this image could be from your own site. It doesn't have to be online. So let's say I have an image folder here and I have some images. So maybe I want to have this image. Okay, so sports, called sports, the JPEG. Okay, I now get the name, but you need to mention the whole path. So I'm in the SRC. I'll put the image name, which is images, and it's sports. Yeah, now let's save and reload and see how it's gonna look like. So that's, you're including an image here, and you notice have horizontal and vertical. You can control the size by adding the size attributes is here, like the height and width. So let's say I'm gonna put here the height, maybe for the iframe. I'm gonna add the height attribute, and I'm gonna put like what, maybe 250. Let's put 250, and that's gonna be pixel. Then I will reload and see how it's gonna look like. See, it's kind of, it's big. So now we get rid of, you notice that the scrolling bar is not here anymore. And if you don't like actually the border, you see here the border, that border line, you can just make border instead of one. Instead of 1, you can make it 0. It's either 0 or 1, you cannot put any other number. Then you reload, then you're gonna get rid of, it's just a picture, it's just the image. We can do the same exact image here with, okay, so let me uncomment that one, the object. I will uncomment that, and I'm going to put the same exact image in my object data attribute. So I'll put the same exact object here, and let's see how it's gonna look like with the object attribute. See here we have again here this is over here, and again you notice if I remove the 250 from here, I can control the size as well. So let's put a height here as well. I'm gonna put a height, okay, HI, okay, and then let's put it 250 as well, and reload. See, anyway, and we can do the same exact thing with what? Guess what? With the embed. It's a single image. Let me just do that. I can do the same thing with the, okay, but let me uncomment this, comment it. Then I'll put the same image, and it's over here. And you can also control the size and the width. So if the width is, if the height is 250, you can even add a width as well. So anyway, let me reload and see how it's. So you have it here. Anyway, you can play with that, but height also, you can, let me show you with the width here. I can put a width here, attribute. I don't know why it's not working with this. Keep clicking, yeah, okay. We put the width here, and let me put the width 200, okay, and I will reload. That's the width for the embed, which is the third one here. Let's see what's gonna happen here. So you can control the width. So you guys can play, actually insert video, audio, pictures. So let's go to a video. I'm gonna go, I have some videos and audios here. So I'm gonna go here with a video or audio. So in the iframe, I will just go here. I will include a video. Let's see. The reason I want to do this because I want to compare it with the other element, the video element. So I have some videos here, and maybe I will pick what video I can pick here. What else? I have so many videos here. So basically, let me pick one: lending, big bug, cartoon, nature. How about that nature? This one. Okay, I don't know, I'm not sure. Yeah, okay, that's good. Let's include that video here. But again, it's in the video, so the way you do it, you're gonna put here in the src attribute, I'm gonna put, let me remove the height now. I don't need the height anymore. Just let me remove all the heights here. So there is no need for the height attribute here. You get the point already. So let me put here the video. Okay, and in the video I'm gonna pick one of the videos that I have, nature one, blah blah blah, nature one, this one, and let's see, save and reload. Here is the video. Oh, it's kind of small, but you can just, you can you got the point anyway. So this is, you can include a video, you can change the size as well. Now in the object here, I want to include maybe an audio. So I have some audios as well here, audio folder. Let me just go here for the audio folder. Do I have audio, blah blah blah? Yes, right there. Okay, in the audio folder, so I'm gonna put here the audio. Okay, and I'll pick one of the audio, maybe this one, the cartoon. Yeah, why not? Okay, this is, and then let's save and reload. Here is the audio. Anyway, you get the point. Also here you can tell this is very loud. You were so we included the video with the iframe, we included or we embedded the audio with the object. Let's do one thing here also. You can have a PDF files, anything you want actually you can include. Okay, so this is now somebody would ask, why would I do that with iframe and object and embed? Why don't I use the normal elements that we have? We have a video, remember we covered already the audio element and the video element, HTML video element and audio element, and we covered the PDF, included the PDF, we covered all, and the image elements. Why would I use iframe over those? To be honest with you, I wouldn't use an iframe or object, or usually I can use iframe, but I don't. If I want, if it's up to me, I would use the video for a video, the video element for a video, and the audio element for an audio, and the image element for an image. But because you will always get it right. But the problem, we have a little problem with object and embedded. You get sometimes unexpected output result. Why? Because the most of the browsers, I don't want to say most, some of the browser were not is not supporting the Java applets, and it doesn't have the required plugins that will make these files work. But this is not the case with iframe. iframe, the good news about iframe will always working. The file is going to work over there. Why? Because iframe is using the same exact Java applet and plugins that your browser is using. So that's why iframe works all the time. But object and embed, sometime it works, sometimes it doesn't. But again, it depends on that side that you want to embed. If the website will allow you to do this, like we have an example at the beginning, the web, the dictionary allow you, the Wikipedia allowed you, but the Facebook is not allowing you, and the Instagram. If you have your own another website, your own website, you design it, probably you can include it because it will allow you, because you're not going to set any permissions. So it depends on the permission. But all the time, iframe is working good, and that's why in YouTube they are using the iframe all the time. And let me show you something here. Let me just I'm gonna comment out all of that so you can take an example again. So let me comment out all of that and reload the page. You will see nothing. And now we're gonna go here to one of the YouTube's website, one of the YouTube sites. Okay, maybe that one, that's YouTube. And then over here on YouTube, let me make it big. In the YouTube here, if you right click anywhere, I'm gonna right click, and then where it says copy embed code, this is what we're gonna copy now. You right click here and copy, or you just click on it, copy embed code. Then you just let me go over again here, let me close that, and then I'm gonna copy it over here. I'm gonna put it here. I'm gonna put it on in the body of my website. So let me just make it big so you guys can see. Okay, you notice here what happened. It's giving you iframe. So they are using iframe. The YouTube are using iframe, and here is the URL that we just had. So if I run this now, and guess what? It's putting all the attributes for you, the width and the height, and that's too big actually. So there is no need for that big. So that's 1000. That's too much. Let's let me make the width maybe 400, and the height maybe 500. And then there is so many other attributes actually, the step-by-step and the frame border and the scrolling, and also the allow full image and the picture-to-picture. This is kind of advanced. You got advanced for you, but you don't even have to know this. Don't focus on the details. All what I want you to know, that be aware of these things, because when we start talking about that, when we do the programming portion, you will be able to figure out or to remember things like that. But this is the iframe. Let's save and run this and see how it's gonna look like. Reload here. See here's the video. So here is the video. You can just YouTube, it's using iframe. So you can do that actually, and you can do the same exact thing, by the way, with the object. So I can go here, and over here I put the object. Let me show you something here. If I use the object, and then in the data, you're going to use the same exact URL here. Same exact URL here. If you just take the same exact URL, okay, and then you put it here in the data attribute, and then what? Let's put a separator here, so you don't have to. Well, we don't want to have a problem because it's going to be next to. Let's see. Maybe yeah. Let's run it first. See how big it is. Actually, see. Yeah. That's so. Here is you can use the object, and we can do the same thing with the embed, which is single embed. So as you can see, the iframe and the object element are double tags, and the embed is single tag, but they are doing the same thing, with little preference to iframe because it works all the time, because it uses the same Java applets that your browser is using, and it has all the plugins, the required plugins that your browser have, so it will work all the time. I think I did cover mostly what I want you to know. There is so many other details. There is no need, like for example, those attributes that you see here on the those attributes that you see here, like the title attribute, Xcode tutorial, that's a global attribute. You can use with all elements. It's not only with the iframe. And there is so many other things that you will be able to figure it out later on. But this is the least amount of information I want you to know, to have an idea what's going on. You don't focus that much on the details, but now you know that you have an iframe privilege information that you can use it, or object and embed. But again, as I told you at the beginning, most of the time I would use a video for a video, the video element for a video, and audio element for audio, and image element for an image. Okay, so that's all what I want you to know now, and I will see you guys next lesson.